Hey everybody, and welcome to Tribal Trades, the altcoin show, coming at you every day by popular request. You guys requested a daily altcoin show, and here it is, coming at you 6 days a week. So almost daily, but good enough. And of course, we have the stock show on Sunday, so check that out, coming in a few days' time. I do want to welcome all of you, wherever you are tuning in, from whatever part of the world you are. Want to welcome you to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, those of you who are regulars, you know, smash that like button. You knew I was going to say that, right? Who's going to be the first one? Smash away on that like button. This helps support the channel and get this channel out to more people. I really do appreciate this. Now, by the time this video goes out at about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or just before, maybe 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Hamster Kombat airdrop will have already happened. So I'm not going to comment on it here. I already talked a couple of minutes on a previous video a couple of hours ago, my daily crypto show, my daily show. I shared what I plan on doing in there. So if you want to know, go and watch that video. I'm not going to repeat it here. I'm also going to be talking and sharing in the Discord as well. So check that out as well. And I have tons of links below in the description, including my cheat sheet. And so check that out. And my cheat sheet has all the links. I do have all the links below in the description as well to help out. But definitely get the cheat sheet. Keep that. Save that URL somewhere in your browser so you can access it all times. I update that as often as I can. So keep an eye on that. Okay, we're going to jump into some news that we have here. And the first little part that we have here is Blub. Blub. We finally found our winner of the 1 billion Blub tokens. I had to literally fish around for this person, right? It was their birthday, and I was correct. They had obviously celebrated their birthday way too well, and did track them down in the Discord. Just another reason to be in the Stocks with Josh Discord. The links are below in the description. So I'm going to get that wallet address from that person, or they may have already sent that person, Laurie, and then we will get that over to the Blub team and they will directly deposit that to you, okay? And so this fish is unstoppable. It's outperforming even Sui. Another all-time high was broken yesterday. I think we did hit 50 million market cap. When I originally gave this, it was under 5 million. Okay, so I am officially 1,000% in the profit. I know some of you who got on the trade very quickly after me when I shared it in the Discord. That was, you're up 700-800% on that. Certainly this is a potential 1 billion token, could get there. The top meme tokens of Solana and Ethereum all surpassed multiple billions, and so certainly that is a possibility. But of course, I do urge caution. It is a meme coin, and I have already taken my original capital out as profit. So this is a free house money run at the table to see how high we can get up. Blub has been an absolute home run winning trade for our community. I'm so happy to see so many of you in profit. It makes me so happy. This is going to be fun. The banana zone. So banana is broken out, and so we have a bit of a breakout here on banana. But right now we're kind of just in the, I'm back in the trade zone, and I'm just going to see if this pops. But we'll look at the live charts in just a minute with banana. And if so, stay tuned for that in about 5 to 10 minutes there, we're going to jump into the charts. So banana was a trade that I gave on the show yesterday and in the Discord. So if you got in the trade at around about 41, you're in some decent profit at 43. I did share in the Discord today that could be a good TP area because there is some resistance there, but I would stay in the trade, take some TP there on banana, but we'll talk about banana in a moment. But I'm just showing you that that trade has now paid off. So we've got another winning trade. I think that's 8, and if we include Blub, that's 9 winning trades in the last just 2 weeks alone. You could literally have massively grown your portfolio had you followed all these trades that I've given in the YouTube and in the Discord. Say is one from my cheat sheet here. It's one of my biggest winners of this bull run. I have day traded this. I have swing traded this. It has been an amazing token to do so when it starts to pop. Incredible. I gave the trade yesterday in the YouTube channel. Let's see how that played out or whether we were able to get an entry there. But you can see it's top 6 among transactions this month so far. It's also the newest chain on the list. So I showed this list just the other day. We had Solana, Sui, and then Base, and look, Say just pushed past Polygon, Ton, Injective, and it's jumped up here. It's not too far away from Base. Everybody's all about the Base chain, but look how much Say is doing. Absolutely powerful. And so if you want Kaspa, and so CAS consolidation phase looking very similar to September to November. 52 days, price pumped 200% over 2 weeks. Will price move to 48 cents this weekend? So if history repeats, there could be a violent, and this is what Kaspa does. And this is why I do trade a limited number of coins, because I can learn the price action and price action history. And this coin very much has been a long period of sideways and then violent moves to the upside. A long period of sideways. Will we see another violent move to the upside there? Let's keep watching the Kaspa charts, and we'll look at Kaspa in just a moment in our TA section, which is always at the end. Maybe CAS has never printed more than 2 bearish candles in a row on the monthly. It's down only a very measly 22% from its all-time high 2 months ago, showing unreal strength, and I do agree with this. And certainly we could see CAS take off again. This person thinks that they can see people rotating their Tau profits into Kaspa, and this could well may be the case. And certainly we'll be covering Tau and Sui in our TA segment in just a moment, and my thoughts on that. And this guy told everyone to buy Bitcoin at $1. Today he uploaded this video on CAS telling people to buy Kaspa. Now there are a little bit of a difference from then. Back then he was an unknown person who just pushed out a video to buy it. No one paid him to do it. And of course, nobody from Bitcoin. There's no owners to pay. There's no marketing fund. Kaspa is different. Is he being paid by Kaspa to promote this? Does he already have a big Kaspa bag? Certainly, yes, he got it right back in whenever Bitcoin was $1. He has a big YouTube following based off that. And so certainly I do urge with caution, but certainly Kaspa's already in my top 5 or 6 tokens. It's already one that I've identified on my cheat sheet that has been there for many, many months. And I'm certainly not paid by Kaspa to promote their token. This is just not financial advice, as you know, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? I mean, I tell you, the last couple of weeks have been entertaining with those winning trades that we have hit home run after home run after home run in this community. This community is a winning community. You are banking profits. You are taking profits. You're in the right tokens. And this is what it's all about, that we all win together. So just be careful about that. I just thought it was very interesting. I have some crypto unlocks. Be very careful. If Sui obviously has always their unlock on the 1st of each month, they do it. I feel very responsible, a very small amount, and I think there's a lot of demand, okay? Remember, if there's more supply added, there has to be the demand to match that. Otherwise, it's going to suppress the price. This could lead to a little bit of a pullback, and I think people would welcome that, of course, and we will go into the Sui charts in a moment. But there's also some other unlocks coming up. We have a big Ondo unlock coming up here in the next 6 months in January. Just be careful of that. Those Ondo traders, we'll look at our Ondo trade in a moment in the charts. Tier unlock is also coming up. Sui obviously has more unlocks coming up as well. They unlock a little bit at the 1st of every month. This big tier unlock, I was reading that the tier unlock might have been bought as an OTC deal, so we may not actually see that pushed out into the market. That's very interesting. That might be the reason why tier has been on a little bit of a pump, a little bit of a tear. I was trying to find some more information on that before the show, but I wasn't able to gather enough to come to a conclusion. But certainly that may not be as impacting as it may have been already. Of course, if there's an OTC deal, then it doesn't affect the price because it's not bought or dumped on the exchanges. It's just handed over the counter. It's just like you paying me for something, some cryptocurrency, and I send it to you, and we don't deal with an exchange. There's no impact on the price. So keep an eye on that. I'm curious if Sui can maintain its hype despite the upcoming emissions. Certainly the next 7 days, Sui obviously has that coming up in the next 6 months. We've got some more stuff coming up there as well. So just keep an eye on those unlocks there. So as you can see here, Dogecoin has surged past 11 cents, where 62,000 addresses hold over 36 billion of Doge. If Doge holds this level, it could confirm a bullish breakout. With no major supply walls in sight, the path to 15 cents looks clear. Let's see if that does play out as expected with Doge. And certainly some Doge whales have been buying. Okay, and so it's important to look at what the whales have been doing. And Dogecoin whales bought over 1.4 billion Doge in the past 48 hours, worth around 140 million. This is interesting. This may come off the back of PayPal. Now, I've not been able to confirm if PayPal has Dogecoin available. Okay, so if you have a PayPal account, can you please do me a favor? Go to the crypto section, look at the coins they have listed available for purchase, and if you could list those below in the description. But it says PayPal enables all 30 million business accounts to buy Doge and crypto. Now, I did manage to find out that they do sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin as 4, and now I'm assuming that is 5 cryptos at least that they're now allowing. Now, previously, just your regular Joe could, with a PayPal account, could buy crypto, but now if you have business accounts, you can now buy crypto. So this could be behind the price surge while the whales have jumped in, kind of a bit of a buy the news event there with Dogecoin, and we'll certainly jump into the Dogecoin here at the end. And then ETH, there has been some good news for ETH with some burning. So good news for ETH holders. The ETH daily ETH burn has increased by 163% over the past week. Is this finally the ending of them minting constantly tokens and dumping them on the market? This could lead to a price rally for ETH, and this could turn this completely around, and could certainly some consumer confidence to be able to say, hey, they've stopped dumping, they've stopped minting, they're now starting to burn. Let's just see the burn mechanisms are kicking in, and this could lead to some price increase for ETH. And we will look at that in the charts right at this moment. Yeah, let's look, first of all, let's look at ETH. Let's jump into ETH first, and then we'll look at some of these other charts. So we got on the trade at the 50-day average here, as you can see. So just around this level, and we're still in this trade unless you took some early profits here, which would have been fine around 2,700. Our take profit level is 2,800. So if you took profits already there, that's fine. Only to get back in the trade or add to the trade, looking at about 25.20 right now. If you didn't get in the trade and you want to get in the ETH trade, that would be an entry there. And certainly, if you're already in the trade, you can keep holding that and hopefully ride this up to around the $2,800 level. For those of you that took profit, there's an area for you to get back in the trade. Certainly the 200 EMA at around 2,860 right now should be some fairly significant resistance there, as we see a lot of people just front running that and selling off before it even gets there, planning that there's going to be a rejection there. So certainly that's a winning trade. Some of you may still be in that trade, and that's great. So just checking in on that one. Let's jump into Arweave. And Arweave has been doing just fine. We got in this trade at the 50-day moving average at around $21. And our first take profit is at 25. So that's still the same there. And then our second take profit there is going to be up around 28. You can take profits a little early. You don't have to wait till all the way and eke it out. Sometimes it'll get there. Sometimes it won't quite get there and it will come back. And you get an opportunity to get 2 trades for the price of 1. You take profit there. You come back on the pullback and then you ride it up again. So there's certainly no reason you can't do that. The banana trade, which we're currently in, this was the trade I gave yesterday. Okay, I gave this yesterday on YouTube and on the Discord, and we got the entry there at 39. There was a second entry less conservative entry there at 41 there as well. So I'm swing trading this. I also have a hodl bag. See my swing trade chart, take profit entry on the cheat sheet, and also if you're in the Discord there. And this is why I like having the triple threat portfolio. I have banana and hodl, which I'm not taking profit for a while. You can see my hodl take profit in the cheat sheet. I've got my swing trade open, which is up and doing really well. So I got all of that in my swing trade. And on my day trade, because I got on the day trade here also at 39. So in profit on my swing trade, and obviously I'm on profit on my hodl. So so the banana trade, for those of you who are just trading this on the swing trade or the hodl, this has been an absolute killer trade. We've seen this absolutely smash up. Again, I gave the trade on the break of this here at about $39 here, and then it was shot up to 43. So you're in profit there, and then certainly there, get in it again at 41 for those of you who missed it, and then again if you're waiting, you can get back in again the trade at 41. This is not a bad place to take some profits if you have enough. You can see this Lux Algo order block. If you have enough profits to take, bang, lock them in. You don't have to close out of the position. Just lock in your profits and then keep riding up to the next one, because in case we pull back, you don't want to lose those profits that you have. You can also add back to the position. So quite often I'll stay in the position like I am in Tau. I don't completely close out of the position. I just take profits on the way up. Eventually I may completely close out of the position if I feel like the position has really run its course. And then on any pullbacks, I can just add back to the position, but buy it all back a lot lower, and therefore I have accumulated more Tau. That's my accumulation method that I share in the life-changing gains series there. So the banana trade has absolutely been a killer. The bonk trade is crushing it. We are crushing the bonk trade. I gave the entry there at 18 on the break of 18, and now we're coming up to the 200 EMA at 20. And so if you missed this trade, I would not jump in it right now unless you wanted to front run it and think that it's going to come up. So the best place to take this trade is on a break of the 200 and a retest of the 200 EMA on the daily. That's when you get in that trade. Obviously, so we can get in here on the this trade right here at 20, but obviously you could also take some profits off the table here in case there is a rejection. So there's two options there for you, is to hold the trade through this, see if it breaks through, retests, and you're off to the races. Awesome, take some profits off the table in case there's a rejection, or you can completely close the trade, but that's risky because then if it breaks out, you're not in the trade anymore. So Bonk 1 is absolutely crushing it. Okay, Dogecoin, we have broken above this. So if you missed out on this trade, if you missed getting in this trade, which was at around 10 cents, if you missed this trade, the second place again, the trade is if it does pull back, you can get back in this trade at around 10 cents. If it breaks above the 200 EMA on the daily, that's the place to get in the trade. A break and a retest here. Sometimes you can get on the break because it doesn't retest for a while. So I like sometimes to front run it and just get it on the break. And then you can always add more on the retest as well as confirmation of that trade. Or you can just have a stop loss close underneath if it just breaks down from that. So the Dodge trade is looking good. We're certainly in a Lux Algo order block here. So there is some taking profit and selling going on here, but if the buyers can keep pushing this, and certainly if it's available as per I think it is on PayPal, this could certainly push up, and then you do see this I would urge to take some profits up here off the table, up here around this zone, around the 13 to 14 zone here. But certainly, I'm hoping we have a huge, massive breakout and altcoin season. You don't want to take profits too early, but taking some profits off the table while leaving the trade open is what I am more leaning towards, because I do see the altcoin starting to break out across the board. Okay, we did cover the Ethereum trade there. HNT, if you got in this trade, we've been trading this one successfully here. We got in here at about $6.80 at the 50-day moving average. Certainly, if this comes back to here around $7.24, you can get back in the trade on that one. Otherwise, it's just a matter of taking profits to the upside. I'm thinking around that $8 level, $8.20 level for our first take profit zone. Even as early as $8, you can take quick profit. Just really depends on your position size and what your strategy is. You can certainly take profit and keep riding it up, or you can close the trade and hope it comes back to get back in the trade. Again, Kaspa, as we said, certainly we're under the 50-day moving average at the moment. So a break of that. So there's two places to get in the trade. First place is at $16.4 cents. A break and retest of that in the trade. Or if we come down to here, the 200 EMA on the daily at 15.2 cents, a break and retest, we would get in there. Those are the two zones that I'm looking for Kaspa there. Yeah, certainly. So those will be the two zones for Kaspa. Then we have also covering Render. Render has been a smashing trade, another one that we've smashed here on the channel. And so to get back in the trade, we're looking at about that $5.20 level at 50-day moving average. Or if this breaks $6.38, the 200 EMA, a break and retest of that, that would be another place to get in the trade if you missed the original render trade there. Certainly, you could also, the 200 EMA on the 4 hour at $5.38. If we broke down to that, if we held that and retested that, that could be an entry as well as the 50-day moving average, which is down around $5.11. So there's a couple of places there to jump in that trade if you're fortunate enough to get it. Otherwise, a break here gives you a golden opportunity right here. Do not miss this opportunity. A break and a retest of this at $6, around $6.40 would be absolutely awesome. Say, we had looked at Say. There hasn't been an opportunity to get back in the trade after the original breakout, but if we come down to 39 and a successful retest of that, it would be a place to get in the trade. Just put your stop loss a little bit under that, or we get down to around the 30-cent mark with the 50-day moving average. Solana, we already gave you that trade. It broke out from $141. So if you're in that trade, you are in profit. I'm looking for around the 160 zone to take some profits off the table. That's where I'll be taking some profits off the table for Solana there. So that trade is going really well. Another winner. And then the SUI trade, certainly we are seeing a little bit of a cool off here. And this is why I did not close the swing trade. Remember, I haven't taken any profits on my hodl position at all. I did not close the swing trade. I took profits right here to make sure that I have locked in those profits, because if we see some kind of dump or a rotation from SUI into a different coin like Kaspa or Doge or something, and people are getting really excited and they start taking profits here. And plus, people, the longer it stays up here, people can get a little bit bored and they're like, oh, it's not moving. I'm going to move my capital into another coin. So just be careful here. I took profits on the table. Look, we are right at, you can see here, this red take profit zone for SUI. And so just be careful here. We could see a correction. If we did come down, the entries for me are around about that 139 to 141, and then 120 to 122, and then around 110 to 114, and then down here just over $1, about 104. So there are some levels there to get in on SUI, and my next take profit level is $2.10. And then just finishing up with Tau here, although I do think, was there any others we had to cover? I think we're going to look at the Ondo trade. Tau, there's similar things happening to SUI. It's kind of rounding a little bit. Bitcoin's kind of doing this a little bit of, well, we don't want to have a Bart Simpson where it comes back down again. But certainly to get back in the trade here around 490 would be a place. If you didn't get any Tau to begin, the 1618, that could be a good place there. Obviously 450 and downwards. I've got those levels on my cheat sheet, so look at what those entries are for there. Certainly, if we're fortunate enough to come back to this 365 or level, or the 200 EMA on the daily at 350, that would be absolutely golden in there in this little area here. Otherwise, you could dollar cost average some buys down here, because you just never know. It could just have a little short breather and then go, or it could just have a small correction and then go. But this area here around that we've got here between that 450 to 490 zone, even that if you look here at the Fibonacci's here at that 420 area here, could be quite good. But if we start to see a correction in the Discord, I will be giving live charting and updates on that, and that's a great reason to be in the Discord there. I say, and then Ondo here, absolutely crushing it right now. And so this was our first take profit zone. It's hit it. I would encourage to take profits off the table in this zone, but not completely close out of the trade. Okay. If we see a break and a retest of this area, remember we've got this candle over here of a high of about 83 cents. We want to break above that. And so somewhere taking profit between this 80 to 83 cents, I would be taking profit right now. And then obviously if we come back and retest that 83 cent level, this 80 cent level, and it's seen as support, then we could then move further up. So I wouldn't be closing the Ondo trade here. I would just be taking profits off the table here. Obviously, if we break down from here and hit the 200 EMA and lose that, that would be a time to cut the trade, possibly, or just add to the trade. A successful retest of Ondo. If you want to get in the Ondo trade and didn't get in it, you're looking at about 75 cents there to get into the Ondo trade. If you weren't able to get into the Ondo trade there, it would encourage that. And then let's have a quick look. Fetch. Yeah, we're looking there. Certainly, we got the break of fetch over the 200 EMA. We broke. If you want to get into this trade, we're looking at about $1.40 if there is a pullback. Otherwise, this might be a place to take profit. It looks like it's kind of rounding off and take some profits off the table. You don't have to get out of this trade, of course. Certainly, my target to the upside is about $2.15 or $2.05 to $2.15. This is where we broke down from. But you can see we also had a little bit of a recovery here, and we also broke down from here. And so this is why this is a good place. If you're in the fetch trade, take some profits off the table. I'll be taking some profits off the table here, and then I'll take some more profits as we get up to here as well. I'm not recommending totally exiting the trade there. All right, that is it. We have concluded the show. And so until the next episode, happy trading.